Why do I use distilled water for all the cleanses and all the treatments that I do instead of spring water? I get that a lot, and this is what I tell my clients and the people that I work with. When you're working with spring water, let's say, spring water has what? It has a lot of vitamins, they say. It has a lot of nutrients. It has, natural compounds that are found inside of water. Natural minerals is what they use. But how I think about it is when you're trying to clean the body, if you're just drinking water, I agree. You should be drinking spring water because those are things you should be drinking. And, the way that the negative that I'm about to bring up is actually a positive when it comes down to a regular, not a regular, but somebody that's just drinking water to just be drinking water. So if you're drinking water to heal yourself and fix an ailment or a problem, this is what you want distilled water for. Distilled water has nothing inside of it. And you think, oh no, I want something that has nutrients and vitamins. No, you don't. Because the same way it has nutrients and vitamins, it has negative. There's no way that, let's say it's water full of fish and turtles and shit. The turtles and the fish piss and shit. How is it possible that you can keep all the minerals and not all the minerals that's inside of the piss? That makes sense? That's just, to me, that's just, duh. So all the minute little particles that you're getting that are positive, those are the minute minerals that you're getting from the negative. So as you're drinking this water, you're actually causing your body, which is not bad, but you're causing your body to have to filtrate these things when you're drinking spring water. And what you want to do when you're healing yourself is completely focus on healing. You don't want your body to be doing any extra work on filtering, any sediments or anything else. So that's why, example, if you go to a nursery right now, what do they give the babies? If you have kids, distilled water. They do not give babies spring water. Why? Because they know if it all had only positive things inside of it, they'd give the baby the spring water, right? No, they know because it has the positive and a little bit of the negative. But if you're just a person that just wants to drink water, you should drink it. Why? Because when it comes down to drinking water, and if it has a little bit of other things inside of it, your body's immune system is getting built up because, it's having to filtrate these other things, which is causing your immune system to build and get stronger. But if you're trying to focus on healing, like I said, you don't need to be drinking any distilled water. That's counterintuitive. That's why you also need to have shower screens. I'm a very big advocate of shower filters. That's the name of it. Because our water, at least if you live in America, California, Atlanta, New York, any of them, the water is filled with chlorine. Chlorine is one of the fastest absorbing substances to man. If you put your hand in some chlorine in a water please chlorine test your water. If you put your hand inside of it, you'll notice that the chlorine almost disappears. Why? Because it instantly absorbs into your skin. So you need to be having water filters. You need to be drinking distilled water. And if you want nutrients inside of it, put some fruits in there. You can soak some fruits in there overnight. Now the distilled water will have the same fruit benefits and vitamin A, vitamin C, whatever you're looking for. But the fact that we think that, one shoe fits all, there is no such thing as one shoe fits all. So let's actually start to think about what we're putting inside of our bodies. Let's actually start to think about why we're putting inside of our bodies. Like, why are you drinking the water that you drink? Why do you sleep the way you sleep? Ask yourself these important questions, because if you don't, that it's going to backfire on you. And especially if you're dealing with something like I was dealing with, or I don't know, what you're dealing with. You need to be aware, because what you did to get in this situation, all you have to do is the opposite to get out. So if you ate a lot, you need to eat a lot less. If you drank a lot, you need to drink a lot less. And that means alcohol, coffee, those things that actually cause stress inside of the body, like caffeine or alcohol. Alcohol, causes stress long term. They say it relieves stress temporarily, but over year periods, over 2-3 months, 5 months, 8 months, 10 years, your stress increases inside of the body, not mental stress, your body stress. It's a very fascinating thing when people try to tell me, this diet is better, or, you don't know what you're talking about, because I'm the one that's actually doing it. My twitch, I know you think it's bad now. My eye was basically always closed. Yeah. And that was a new after the surgery. So I've now gotten to a point where it's a lot better. And why? Because of the things I'm talking about. I'm not just a herbalist that just, just has a bunch of ideas that he learned from, Cornell or anything. Because honestly, I learned a lot from Cornell University, and it was great when it came down to like learning specific herbs and what they could do. But in general, most of it came from practice. I use every day. I put this on side of my on my scar, vitamin E oil, pure vitamin E oil. This comes from the straight from the fruits and vegetables. I don't get nothing that's because they tried to help me. They tried to get me to get keloid patches because I have a small, well, not small, but I have a keloid on my head. Obviously, hopefully you can see that. But why would I do that when I could use honey, vitamin E oil, aloe vera. These things help break down the cartilage and soften it. Massaging your scar every day. I do these things. Why? Because I know what it can do for the human body. Um, every day you need to be what's the word? Oh, working out. Working out isn't just for your body fitness, even though it does help, but it gets the heart pumping. And what is the heart pump? Heart pumps blood, right? And when you're getting the blood pumping throughout your body at a faster pace, this is helping you because as the blood circulates throughout your body faster, 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 you're actually getting more blood to the parts that need to get hit. My surgeon told me that it is impossible to heal the tumor that I have. He told me my tumor gets no brain or blood flow, excuse me. How is that possible? What part of the human body does not get blood flow? Please answer me. I don't understand. So you're saying the brain doesn't get blood? It just gets amniotic fluid? It doesn't have any blood inside of it. That's it. It's impossible. So the point is the doctors and the things that you learn are incorrect. And it's not their fault because they've been taught for fucking 10 years for how to heal somebody and what to do and what not to do, and they've all been taught to give remedies. They haven't heard about how cayenne increases, what cayenne can do to the blood, or black pepper, or all these other remedies that people have. And when I tried to tell them about what I was doing and I showed them how the side effects have been going away and tumor shrunk and all this thing, he basically dismissed me, talking about I was just a spontaneous healer. And I think that I don't think he's trying to, but I just think that's what he's been trying to do. I don't think every Nazi was, born a horrible person. But after long enough of them learning the negative traits and, being told this is the right thing to do, it was a mob mentality is the point. And they're all on drugs too, but obviously extremely incorrect. But since they were such a mob and everybody around them is saying, hell yeah, they ended up saying, hell yeah. And you need to be fighting that when it comes down to health. Or you can end up in the same predicament as me when you're in when they just tell you tough luck and we'll see you again in 2 years after, when you get it to grow back. Because me listening to them got me in almost, I want to say, a worse position than I was previously. And it also, extremely strained my finances. I tried to tell them I had a plan, and they scared me out of my plan. And it's my fault because I let them do it. They didn't have a magical wand. I just was listening, and I stood in the office for too long asking, and I let them, instead of telling them to just give me my MRI and give me my scans, and I let them sit and have a conversation with me for 45 minutes about how my life is in danger and what's going to happen if I don't do this, and pain's going to get worse. And that's not what a doctor should be doing. A doctor should be telling you how to heal yourself, not how we're going to hurt you so you can end up back in the chair in 3 years. I never understood that. So if you have any ailments, illnesses, you're dealing with something at home, please DM me. And I don't want to say go to your doctor, of course. You have to get the results. Like, it's going to be hard to, get an MRI results by yourself. You have to know what's going on. But after you know what's going on, grab that and take it home and learn. Learning. Like, if you have Alzheimer's is stage 3 diabetes. They're never going to tell you that. And diabetes is one of the easiest things to treat I've ever dealt with. It's always a shift of diet, always a vitamin and nutrient deficiency, because it's just insulin. So insulin deficiency to the brain is Alzheimer's. And I don't know about you, but that surprised me, because it makes no fucking sense how all this, we're treating it like it's like the end of world disease, and it turns out that you can fix this with eating more fruits and vegetables. Why don't they tell you this? Why? Have you ever heard that before? It's because how much money they're going to make off you going to the hospital so often for the person with Alzheimer's, the pills that the person has to take. Every medication they give you is marked up by 10,000%. Not literally 10,000, probably honestly about 50, 60%. So they pay in 30 cents and make you pay $30. And if that sounds fair to you, that sounds fair to you. To me, these things are bullshit. And that's why I'm planning on, I want to leave. I don't, I'm currently saving up as much as I can to end up leaving this. I don't want to say this country, because maybe I might move to Florida, somewhere where there's less, constrictions. I can own more land. But in general, like, I loved Bali when I lived out there for a little bit. It was, I never once thought, is this unhealthy? Because to them, when I asked them, is it organic or not, they looked at me like I was crazy. Because why would the lady literally asked me, why would she spend money to spray something on something that already grows for free? And I never thought about it like that. They have a fruit that grows if you grow it correctly. And they're taking something else that they're buying and spraying it on that fruit. So then it grows, but you're spending money on something that already would have done that if you just waited. So they only grow fruit in season. So if it's dragon fruit season, dragon fruits are being sold mostly. If it's mango season, it's mangoes. If it's strawberries, it's strawberries. And I adore that. So Bali is one of the highest places I suggest anybody living in. And obviously, expense-wise, it's the cheapest I've ever been. Where else is a good place to go? You can go to, I think Australia is pretty good as well, but they're a little bit, gentrified as well. But if you want to go to like the Bahamas are good, and the Bahamas, the Philippines, even Italy is better than what we have, because we're the only ones that have, our own type of Frosted Flakes, our own type of Fruity Pebbles, our own type of Oreos. Everybody else doesn't allow that. They all like, oh yeah, this is poison to our people, so why would we give it to them? And I don't understand why America doesn't do that. I think Robert Kennedy talks about it a lot now, how unhealthy the normal American is. And that's why I'm here to not only show you what you can do with eating, but how you can lose weight. So I'm going to show you 50 pounds. And I know it sounds like 50 pounds is a lot. What are you doing? It really isn't. If you're eating correctly and working out, and I'm not talking about working out. So I ride the bike for an hour, not hard and no crazy, but I ride the machine bike for an hour. I lift weights, and not anything extreme. I've been doing this for a while now. I've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight. So this is just the first time that I'm going to be documenting it. So right now I'm 290, and I'll be 240. And I have no guarantee or no doubts in my head. So I'm excited to have a channel now where I can go on one of these rants like this now, because I plan on just doing this a lot. because no matter what, worst case scenario, I'm gonna be showing this to myself in 30 years, showing this to my kids. So, yeah. So let's get this video closed out, and I want to make sure that you guys are waking up every morning intentional, 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 intentional. You don't want to eat that shit. You don't need that shit. You know fasting is better for you. Have you ever even thought about fasting? Do you know it's documented that if you fast, the 20th day you fast, it feels 10 times better than the third day you fast? Why is that? Because when you're fasting, you're actually getting the toxins in your body. You're not putting any more toxins in. So as you're only drinking water, or water with some fruits immersed inside of it, your body's getting rid of all the things. It's digesting all the stuff that's been sitting in your body for years. So as it's getting rid of that sludge, the day 3 is day 2, day 3, day 4, all those the early days, your body's going to be evacuating the sludge. So you're going to feel shitty. Your skin's going to get a little worse. Why? Because it's literally secreting out your pores. If you don't wear a strong deodorant, you're going to notice your musk get stronger, because as your body is evacuating these nasty things, you're feeling it, thinking that, oh, I'm just starving to death. You're not starving to death. You know how it takes the human body months to starve to death, as long as you have correct water. But nobody's telling you this. So when you're you need to be fasting. And I don't mean, don't eat anything for 20 days. You don't have to go that extreme. But you need to stop consuming all, even if you're not on like an extreme diet, I understand. But still, doing a 1 through 4 day fast is going to do your body wonders. Everybody can do a 1 through 4 day fast. It's not dangerous at all. You don't have to do any special starts or endings, and it's not going to overwhelm your body, because if you do, let's say, a 30-day fast, you can't just go straight into, eating bone broth or eating fruit, for example. You can't have such a high spike of blood sugar. You need to eat something that's a vegetable, for example. You need to eat celery, lettuce, tomato. Well, tomato's not a vegetable. Think about it. Mystery debunked. But you need to be eating something like that doesn't do nothing but build up the body, the cells. Because as we know, fruit cleanses the body, vegetables build up the body. So as you're eating these things, you need to be understanding, as you're not eating and you're going on the cleanse, you need to be understanding how to get back into eating. But if you're just doing a 1 through 3 day cleanse or fast, you don't need to worry about all of that. I highly suggest it. Every month, you should be not eating for 3 days. And even me saying that out loud, don't eat for 3 days. Look how crazy, you instantly feel like defensive. Like, what do you mean don't eat for 3 days? But how healthy you'll feel afterwards, how you're giving your body a break. Imagine if you had your car running every single day for, 3-4 times a day. How much longer would that car last? Like if you just had it running constantly, because that's what our digestive system is doing. Our digestive system will eat in the morning and it takes hours to digest. So you start your car at 7 a.m. You have it running until 3. Then you eat at 4:30. You have it running again till 7. Then you eat again at 7:38 for dinner. And then it runs again until 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you see how long your car has been running? How long is that car going to last? Do you think, what happens if you just gave it a break? If you started your car in the morning or if you just didn't start your car for 2 or 3 days, what kind of break would that do for your car? And obviously it'd be best if you daily just didn't eat you didn't eat 3 meals a day. 3 meals a day you do not need. Unless you're bulking or trying to get in some fitness competition like Sam Sulek or something, you don't need to be eating that many meals a day. Why would you? It's counterintuitive. So let's be mindful of what we do. And on the bare minimum, if you can't do anything else, I'm saying just try fasting throughout the day. So don't eat from the morning all the way until 5 o'clock. Let's try that. That's going to give your digestive system a break because you're going to be digesting through the night, and then you're going to eat, and you're going to digest through the morning, and you'll eat in the afternoon, which is 4:35, end of the day. And this is what's going to start you on the path of healing yourself and or just avoiding any diseases. So I'm trying to heal myself. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get, I'm going to be doing all these things. You may just be one somebody that, because statistically speaking, 1 in 4 Americans will be dealing with a chronic disease. I think it's 1 in 3 now, honestly. So that's high. That's a third of the country. So a third of the country can benefit by fasting, by giving your body a break, by drinking more water, by drinking grapefruit juice in the morning, by doing all these things. And it's not just somebody that's, oh, I'm dying of this, or I'm going through this. Like, no, everybody needs this information. Everybody should be doing these things. So even if you're not dealing with something, please give this a chance. Please do the research yourself, because I don't do anything that I don't read myself. So after I hear something, if I go to the dentist and they're putting a shot in my mouth, I want to know what's in that shot. I want to know everything. So let's learn more. Let's get going. Let's keep these videos raw as possible, because I'm gonna just be myself, and I'm gonna just show you how it's done. I'm tired of the bullshit. Let's get it.